Let's look at the difference between mean and median. So I have a data set here where we're looking at, let's say we're looking at the wages of people that are working at a packing plant of some sort. And we have maybe 10 regular workers who are making about $10,000 a piece. I have two maybe middle-level managers that are making right around $24,000 a piece. I have a local manager is making $65,000, and then I have a CEO or some other person at a high level making approximately $350,000. So let's first look at our graph just to get a visual representation of this data first. So I'm going to histogram. I'm going just to do a quick histogram of that first variable there. And as you notice, we definitely have a right skewed graph. We have a lot of people making that lower number, and then it trails down. We actually have a gigantic gap here all the way up to the first person. So we very much have a right skewed graph. So let's go ahead and look at our stats. We're going to go to summary stats. I'm going to do column statistics, and I'm going to look at the first row of variables. Now, I just want to look at mean and median, but it's going to give me all of these, so we'll look at all of it. I'm going to calculate. So let's look at our mean compared to our median. Our mean salary is actually at $40,214. Our median is only at $10,000. Notice how our mean looks nothing like our median. Okay. I want to represent the owners of the company and trying to get more people to apply to work at our facilities. Which statistic am I going to use? Am I going to say that the average is $40,000, or do I want to say that the mean is $10,000? Of course, as the manager, I want the business to look good, so I'm going to say that my mean salary is $40,000. Is this a lie? No, this is using statistics to their advantage. On the other hand, if I were a worker who was working or going through a union or something trying to get better wages, they're not going to say that the average salary is $40,000. They're going to say that the median salary is $10,000. A better measure of center here is honestly the median. We have a very skewed graph. We've got a lot of data pulling. We've got a lot of data centered at around $10,000, but we have just a few high values that are pulling our graph to the right. So we have a right skewed graph. Our mean is getting pulled in that direction of the right skew. So our mean looks much higher than our actual measure of center should be. So anytime we have a skewed graph, we want to use our median as our measure of center. The reason is it's much more robust. It doesn't matter if I've got one or two very high values, the median or the center does not change. If my graph is very, very normal, my mean and median should be very similar. So the mean is an okay measure of center in that situation. But again, if I have a very skewed graph in one direction or another, then I need to use my median. Otherwise, my mean is being pulled in the direction of the skew, and I'm not getting a very accurate description of my data.